All right, welcome everybody to Fast Family Trucks. We are at Kentucky Speedway tonight for the first elimination race of the 2020 Summer Series playoffs. Tonight, we determine who are the 8 drivers moving on to the second round of the playoffs from our original 12 in the first round. It's going to definitely be a very interesting and fun race to watch. Kentucky being one of those tracks where it's hard to get away from your competitors. Drafting is very big here. Hitting your marks, very big here. So should be a fun race to watch. And we got the Buckle Up in Your Truck 225 tonight under the lights. Definitely exciting one you definitely want to watch. So it should be a good one. Here we go. I am actually somehow in the race, so that's not good. We are going to get another invite here. Sorry about that, folks. I guess I joined just a bit too early. Give me a second here. Alright, we should be getting a invite here in a moment. My apologies, folks. That definitely just builds the excitement here. But we will get you that action. But as I was saying just before we joined, Puzzle Nose in the 64 is your pole sitter tonight. He took the field to the green flag. Unfortunately, we missed that initial start, but we will get you as much action as we can here. As I said earlier, we are in the Buckle Up in Your Truck 225 Click It or Ticket from the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety. We've got one Cup driver in the field tonight. Big Belly Brand will be making his, I believe, second truck race in his home track of Kentucky. Very expected there. A one-time winner at Kentucky last season in the Xfinity Series, so hopefully he can try to score another one this season. And actually, I believe he won Kentucky in the first season of Fast Family Racing, so pretty much a winner at Kentucky every season. So let's see if he can get it done tonight. Here we are, we're loading in. It looks like our pole sitter, Puzzle Nose, has fallen victim to, it looks like Marshmallow, but they are still side by side, so he could get this lead back as they drop into turn 1, and he does, and gets a little high there. It looks like we got a 4-truck battle for the lead. The 54 T-Glass, the 70 of Chris, all there, almost 3 wide there, back to 2 as they hit the stripe. We're already seeing exciting racing. It looks like the pack is kind of spread out a little bit. Pretty much single file behind these leaders, but these guys up front here are battling hard early. So it just goes to show you what kind of action we see in the playoffs. As you can see, all top 5, top 6, and looking back are all in the playoffs. You can see who's a playoff driver and who's not based on playoff drivers having white rims and white numbers, as you can see that 27 has. Non-playoff drivers prohibited from using those colors. As we see everybody kind of filing out in single file now, giving each other space. We see the 70 of Chris. He was your regular season champion, sitting in the 5th spot, I believe. Actually, no, my apologies. Sitting in the 4th spot behind Marshmallow. And then we see 5th and 6th. I believe that's Haskell, the Rascal. And we also have Fast Seabass and the 42 behind him. That'll make up your top 6 all playoff drivers. Let's see if we can go back in the field a little bit. Here's Ice Spiller in the 13. Pretty far back in the field, but still early. He is another one of your playoff contenders. He's got a couple non-playoff drivers around him. Here's Expert Racing, his 3rd race in the series. He sits in about the 8th spot right now behind a playoff driver. I believe that's KR in that orange and black 16 truck. Expert Racing in the 3. We apologize if you saw him last week. He actually was given the wrong number to use. That is our responsibility, or our fault, not his, but he's using the correct number now in number 3. And my apologies. There's Fast Seabass in the 42. Different colors. He fooled me. Normally he's in a yellow truck, so we'll find out who that yellow truck is up front. But there he is towards the middle of the pack. Slushy 1981 in that 66 truck. In that backpack. Getting a little loose there off the corner. Definitely going to see that a lot tonight. Here is Bark Ranger, one of our other rookies in the truck series, in that yellow and black 58. A little bit of different paint scheme we're seeing this week for him. Here's Arkham Boss, another one of your playoff contenders, towards the back of the field. Has passed a couple of drivers. There he is in that 57 yellow and red truck. Ooh, looks like that was Slushy behind him getting loose again. Off turn 2. Here's KR. That orange and black 16. Playoff driver sitting in the 5th spot. Looks like he is getting caught a little bit by the 3. Here's YK All Day in that green and black 94. Unfortunately eliminated in the regular season, but he is still going strong and having a good day so far, as he's kind of dead middle of the pack. One truck around. Looks like he's not collected anyone. Alright, yeah, that's going to be a caution. Yep, that is going to bring the caution out. You saw it first. We saw somebody spin and collect another truck. Not sure who that was. Looks like Marshmallow either lagged out or is on pit road. Unfortunately, during that, we'll keep an eye and see if he's actually lagged out or not. Virtual engine failure. Everybody is filing up for the pit cycle here under yellow. Looks like the 42 may have been involved in that. I'm not sure who the initial car was. It might have even been him. Let's see. The 66 of Slushy doesn't have any damage. It wasn't him. Oh, Bark Ranger was definitely involved. Look at the damage he's got on his truck. So we're going to take a short break and we will be back with the restart. Alright, we just got word from race control. We're going green this time by. We did confirm, unfortunately, Marshmallow has lagged out of the race. Virtual engine failure for him, so he will not make the next round of the playoffs, unfortunately. So that leaves the door open for 11 other drivers. Actually, we'll get to it, but 9 other, because 2 locked themselves in. But here we go on the restart. Looked like the 54 of T-Glass. Nope, yep, the 54 of T-Glass leading them to the green flag. 07 of Sideways on the outside. The 3 of Expert Racing on the inside. Oh, truck in the wall. Oh, there's another one. Another big wreck. That's going to bring out another caution. You know what they say, cautions breed cautions. Here we go. Somebody having trouble staying out of the wall coming out of 2. Definitely one of the trickier places on this racetrack. That turn 2 is very tricky. Sometimes you get loose, sometimes you get tight. Looked like he got tight or loose there. Flip the wall. That's going to stack up people behind him, especially on the first lap. So, not a surprise there. We will take a short break and get you restart number 2. Alright, we are back. They are going to go green on lap 21 of 33, I believe. We got about 10 to 12 laps left in stage 1. We are in playoff race number 3 of round 1. Today's elimination night, as we said earlier in the broadcast. Once we get the restart going, we will start talking about some points, because I'm sure a lot of you are excited to find out how things shook out last week. Definitely some interesting developments, so we'll get into that. But for right now, the 54 Eris truck of T-Glass is going to lead us to the green flag here. Green flag is in the air. 54 on the bottom, the 3 on the high side. Puzzle Nose and the 64 gets underneath them. And here the trucks go into that tricky turn 1 and 2, as we mentioned before. Let's hope they can get through cleanly this time. Like for the most part, everybody getting through there. They drop into turn 3 and 4. From a driver's perspective, both ends of this track are very different. Turn 1 and 2 is a faster, tighter corner, tighter in amount of space, but looser as far as how the car responds. And then turn 3 and 4 are slower, a little bit less banking. Ooh, we almost got 4 wide coming through there. Looks like everybody is straight still. Little bit of bumping and banging. Of course, at elimination race, you're gonna see that. Definitely some contact. Drivers throwing at 3, and we saw some almost 4 wide action there. But hopefully now everyone will sort out. As we can see, Sideways trying to get underneath YK all day. YK almost getting in the wall. Little bit of contact there. The truck outside of him. They get clear of that. YK losing a couple spots there. 83 of Haskell. Rascal looking under him, moving him up the racetrack a touch. Everybody almost single file. A couple battles on the racetrack right now. There's a 51 and the 16. Towards the back. Somebody with a little bit of a wiggle on the top side there. It might have been Bark Ranger. And yep, it was Bark Ranger 58. Let's jump back up to the front. Looks like we got a 3-car battle at the front here. The 3, the 64, and the 54. We saw both those trucks in front competitive last week at Daytona. The 54 of T-Glass, 54 of T-Glass able to secure his second plate track win. Here he is up front, battling with the 64 of Puzzle Nose, who hasn't gotten a Fast Family Racing win yet. So he's still hungry, and it looks like he's got a good one tonight as he took the pole. So we definitely know he's got a fast one. So let's dive into the point standings as we promised you earlier. So we had 2 drivers lock themselves in to the next round. Those will be T-Glass and Watt Racing with their wins in race 1 and 2 of this round. And then our 3rd place driver, OK Sideways, plus 44 tonight. Definitely just needs a decent run. Not even a great run, just a decent one to lock himself into the next round. Ice Spiller and Chris, plus 26, plus 22. Decent points coming in here. Just need a solid day as well. And then we get a little bit farther down. Haskell to Rascal and KR, plus 16, plus 15. So a little bit of a margin, but they need definitely a better day to make sure that they can get their spot in the final 8. And then we've got the cut line. Puzzle Nose, only plus 6 on the cut line. Here as we see him leading the race, if he wins, that'll lock him into the next round. If he doesn't, he's going to have a good day because he is plus 6. Fast Seabass in the 42, only minus 6. So those two you're going to see really battling it out tonight for every point they can get. A couple people in not good positions. Well, you saw Marshmallow and one member of the group here, Honda, unable to finish or start the race, so those 2 will be eliminated. So that leaves 2 drivers underneath the cut line with a shot. That other one is Arkham Boss, minus 17, so he's going to need an exceptional day, if not a win, to get into the next round. So we will keep a close eye on him as well. But the real battle on the racetrack, the most aggression that we're going to be following tonight is that cut line, plus or minus 6, Puzzle Nose, and Fast Seabass, trying to be that 12th, or not 12th, that 8th driver. And it looks like you're noticing here that 64 truck, Puzzle Nose, is almost checked out. He's got a quick one. He is got about a second or more on the field. Look, you can see that gap back to second place to T-Glass. A couple guys fighting back there. That's definitely going to help him out even some more. Definitely got a quick one. We'll see if he can secure that stage win. That would definitely help in his battle for that playoff spot over Fast Seabass. So if he could secure that stage win, that would be huge. We'll see if we can get a lap count for you guys. So we just hit 5 to go at the line. I'm hearing from race control. So we'll see if this 64 truck can hold on for 4 1/3 left laps. See if he can get a stage win early. 4 laps to go for the 64 truck. Looks like 54 T-Glass has separated himself. He might be even reeling in the leader. It looks like he's gained a little bit of time since he broke away from that pack. Well, you can see the gap all the way back to that 0.7 of OK Sideways in third. The 3 of Expert Racer in fourth, kind of dropping back a little bit. Maybe his long run car isn't as good. We are coming to 3 laps to go for that 64 Chevrolet. We'll see if Puzzle Nose can bring that Hooters truck to his first stage win of tonight. But that 54 truck is getting bigger. Can he catch him for that stage win? T-Glass locked into the next stage of the playoffs already. That playoff point would definitely help, though, going into the next round to try to get himself a championship spot. And we are coming to 2 to go, and that gap is getting smaller. Here we go. Through turns 1 and 2, you can see that yellow and blue truck getting bigger in the mirror. That 64 truck, we don't know if he's getting more nervous. He's definitely got to hit his marks because he's got basically a lap and a half to go. Got to stay perfect here. Got to get those stage points and a playoff point. That would definitely go far. We are coming to the last lap of stage 1. 64 truck still your leader. 54 coming in the distance. They drop through 1 and 2. They got to be perfect. They got to keep that truck on the racetrack. Looks like a 64 got a little bit loose there. It's going to bring the 54 up just a tad closer. But the 64 looks strong coming out of turn 4. Let's see if he can hold it for the win. And yes, he gets the stage win. The 64 truck of Puzzle Nose will win stage 1. Big congrats to him. That is going to be huge. Let's see where we can find Fast Seabass in the field. He looks to be way in the back, unfortunately. So that is a big win for Puzzle Nose. That's going to help him out a ton. And our other playoff driver, Arkham Boss, looks to be crossing the line in the last position. A little bit of damage on his truck. Definitely not the start he wants for this race. Alright, well that will bring us to stage 2. Here we go, stage 2 beginning. We have a new leader at the front. Puzzle Nose on that outside. It's like the 84 of Odd Coast, but it looks like he is a truck that forgot to pit, so he's going to pull the apron, let everyone by. That's going to put Puzzle Nose back in the lead on the top side. T-Glass in the second spot. There are 2 cars wrecking in turn 1. It looks like Bark Ranger's involved. And another truck. It might have been, yeah, it was the 84 of Odd Coast trying to get out of the way. The 2 of them have spun, so they're going to race to the line for the third caution of the day. Here they come. A lot of battles on the racetrack. Caution is out. We will be right back with the next restart after pit road. Alright, I just got word and we are going green this time by. We had one truck run out of gas during that pace lap. You can see him there in the side of the frame. At least we saw him for a second. But we are going back. There he is, odd coast. But here we go, back to the green flag. 54 truck on the bottom of T-Glass, followed by Haskell to Rascal in second. Outside line, a little slow. 70 in the 07. Falling back a little bit. They come through turn 1 and 2. Everybody coming through clean. Dropping into 3 and 4. 54 retains the lead. You see the 83 truck up there for the first time in the top 3. 64 Puzzle Nose. Definitely wanting to get back to the lead as he won your stage 1. Looks like he's looking underneath that 83 truck. Can he make the pass down the backstretch? He's carrying a lot of momentum. He's going to get almost to the corner panel of the leader. down into turn 3 and 4, still side by side. Go Puzzle Nose clear. The 83 he does. He's now going after the leader on the inside, using the apron side by side for the lead. The 64 truck is going to take that lead, and he is back to where he started in stage 1. As we see a lot of action going on in the middle of the track. We're going to follow 70 of Chris. He's usually in the thick of things. He is towards the middle of this pack. Looks like everyone's kind of separated into 2 packs, 1 mini one, 1 larger one. Here is the action in that front pack. Almost, I think it is 3 wide coming through the tri-oval. Like the 07 or sideways drove right through the middle of that, putting himself in the 4th spot. Driver needing a decent day, but he wants a win, so he's going to push the truck to the max. Everybody single file through turns 3 and 4. It looks like you've got almost 10 trucks under a blanket in that first pack. A couple of stragglers in the back. 15 truck race tonight. A couple people dwindling off because it's the playoffs, but these guys are here to race, and racing they are. Looks like there are 5 trucks in that backpack, so I was pretty much on the spot. 10 trucks in this front pack. 13 looking high on the 07 right there. Nothing doing there. As the 64 looks like he's putting a tiny bit of room between him and this 54. He definitely has the truck to beat early. '07 using a little bit lower line than the guys in front of him. Like a couple people getting a tad loose. It looked like that green and black truck got a tad loose. You can see Big Belly Brand on the outside of him, taking advantage, and we got side by side for second place. The 83 of Haskell to Rascal moves to the inside of the 54. He's going to take that spot. Now 54 is under fire from the 07 for a third. Looks like the 54 T-Glass almost made a move and almost gets inside the 83, but he slides in line. Hanging on in the back of that pack. Looks like 5 trucks have separated themselves. Almost Puzzle Nose on making his own path here, separating himself. 4 trucks behind him, another 4 truck pack behind him. Let's take a look at that. There's a 4 pack there, so almost 3 4 packs. Here's the second one. Got KR in the back of it. Looks like, who else? 84 on pit row. There's the 78, the 70, and looks like 1 more truck in that pack. Let's see if we can find it. Find who that is. And it's Haskell. It is the 66 of Slushy. So him having a decent run here, sitting in 6th spot. Not bad for him right now. Hopefully he can hold on to it, but he's got 3 hungry trucks behind him. As we see, it looks like there's a couple of the trucks towards the rear. The 57, the 58 going at it. Looks like the Odd Coast bringing up the rear right now, but let's focus on the middle of the pack here. Here's that second truck pack. He's going to try to show you guys the gap from the lead to second, but this looks like a great battle right now. The 70 looking under the 78. He's going to slide up in front of him. 16 now in his bumper. Ooh, the 70 gets in the grass a little bit. Definitely some good racing going on here. Slushy in the 66 leading this pack. 70 on his bumper. Then it is 2 wide behind him. The 16 with a great run. Passes both of them. So he moves in front of both of them and takes that spot away. Are those spots away? That'll put the 07 and the 16 behind him. 07 backing off a little bit. 78 going by him. Something is either wrong with that 07 or he's saving fuel. Either way, he is off the pace right now. Alright, let's move you back up to the lead. Here's the 64 T-Glass. He had a decent lead. It looks like that 54 just has a little bit better long run. That 64 fires off really well. But you can see that 54 running down the gap. He has broken off from those two in third and fourth. We will see if the 54 can catch him this time. Let's see if we can get a lap check from race control. Alright, caution is out. Not sure who that was involved. Let's see if we can find out. But anyway, that was 18 of 32. Looks like Bark Ranger is involved yet again. Can't tell anyone else was involved. It might have been Odd Coast. Not sure. And we will be right back with the fourth restart of the day. Alright, we are back. Here is the restart. The 83 of Haskell to Rascal leading us to the green flag. 64 dropping down the line in third, so that brings the 54 T-Glass back to second. 64 cross them over though, side by side into turns 1 and 2. They are 2 and 3 wide behind them. Everybody trying to get everything they can get. Oh, one truck really wide. We're hearing some lag issues may be a factor. Everyone is still straight, side by side for the lead. We're hearing might be the 16 of KR lagging. 54 truck taking the lead. 64 slides in behind him. Can the 64 grab that lead again? He will stay right on his bumper through 3 and 4. Very hard to pass in 3 and 4. Come to the stripe. 64 looking high. He's looking low. No way around the 54 just yet. And then into the backstretch. Holding serve for the 54. 70 truck of Chris creeping into the picture in third place. We've seen him run in the middle of the pack, but he is coming up front on the right time of the stage. 16, or not 16, but 64 on the back bumper of the 54. Will he move him? He looks low. Can he get underneath him? It looks like he does. They're going to be side by side coming down the backstretch. They touch. Still dead even side by side. 16 or 64 with the preferred line coming into turn 4. Somebody in the grass there. Everybody is okay. Yeah, the 07 of Sideways in the grass. So the 64 will take the lead. Like the 70 of Chris creeping up there. The 54 staying on the 64's bumper. Will he try a move to take it back to the inside? Not that time. The rest of the field spreading out, a couple of battles in the back. And we'll see what's going on back here. Here's the 07 of OK Sideways battling with Bark Ranger. Looks like he's struggling early with his truck. Might have caught a little bit of bad luck though, as we heard over the radio. It looked like the 42 may have gotten into him. Apologizing for that. Oh, one truck having real problems there, you can see in the back. One big loser on that restart. You see the 83 of Haskell all the way to the back. Not sure how that happened. He might have been the one lagging, not sure, but either way, he went to the back fast. 16 high there. 07 can get by him. There's a 13 and the 78 going at it. There's Big Belly Brand, our cup driver. It looks like they are about a second maybe from those 3 leaders. Battling it out. 13 getting real high. 78 running a little bit lower than him. The great thing I know about Kentucky is the fact that, you know, you can run a lot of different lines here. It's one of those 1.5 miles where every line pretty much works. So you'll see these drivers take all kinds of different lines. Let's see. We'll go back up. Oh, the 57 in the wall a little bit. That's going to bring the 07 around him. And we're back up to almost. There we go. 64 still holding on. These 3 in a tight line. We're just hearing 4 to go. So cautions are off for the rest of the stage. We'll see if the 64 of Puzzle Nose can hold on for yet another stage win. He won stage 1. He needed a good points day, and so far he's getting it. But he has to hold off the 54 and the 70, as they are running pretty much the same line. 3 to go at the line. 64, 54, 70. Down the back stretch with just 3 laps to go. 64 down. Oh, the 54 all the way underneath the yellow line. Maybe trying to get to his door. Nothing there. That's going to lose a lot of momentum. Maybe the 70 can do something about that. But we are coming to 2 to go. That's going to close pit road. And that 64 truck trying to hold on just for 2 more laps. He can collect his second stage win of the day. A very dominant performance so far, but he's got to hold on for a lap and a half. Actually, 2.5 laps, as we are coming to, actually, my apologies, we are a lap and a half away. This will be the last lap of the stage. 70 almost looking under the 54. 64 putting a little gap on. 64 having to hold off these guys for 1 more lap. They all go into 1 and 2. The same, looks like 70 using a little bit lower line. Yeah, our bumper to bumper down the back stretch. Can the 64 hold on? 1 more advance. 54 looking underneath on the last corner of the last lap. They are both going to go underneath them. The 64 is going to fall to 3rd. And the 54 of T-Glass is going to win the stage in the last corner of the last lap of the stage. Wow, the 64 making a big mistake in that last corner, and it's going to cost them a stage win. That 54 truck showing how it's done and taking that stage win right at the end. So that's going to give him a stage point, or a playoff point, sorry. That's going to help him in the next round of the playoffs. He's already locked in. Puzzle still trying to get in there. Chris trying to get in there as well. Chris was going to come home 2nd in that stage. Great finish for him. All right. That'll get us wrapped up for stage 2. We are going to be headed to the last stage of the race. Stage 3 will be upon us. Here we go. Stage 3. Looks like we got the 70 and the 64. The 70 gets to the lead. 54 T-Glass loses a spot on pit, 2 spots on pit road. 70 of Chris leads us to the green flag. As the drivers drop into 1 and 2. The 70 truck is still leading the 54 on his bumper. 64 in line. Looks like a lot of trucks jumbling. Oh, we're hearing a lot of argument on the radio. A lot of frustration there. Looked like some crazy moves being thrown on that first lap. It looks like the 64 truck has settled into 2nd place. 54 on his bumper in 3rd. Chris is still holding serve. Looks like the 64 looking underneath him though. We've seen a lot of passing in 3 and 4, which I didn't expect. But in the truck series, it races a little bit different than some others. 64 truck side by side with the 70. Looks like he's going to clear him going into 1. He will take the race lead yet again. Puzzle Nose to the lead. It looks like the 07 has crept into the picture. He is trying to take the 5th spot, or the 4th spot away from the 13. 13 in the wall! Wow. He's going to hit the wall hard and lose a ton of spots. That is good for the 07. Very bad for the 13. Playoff drivers both, so that is not what the 13 wants to start out stage 3. That is Ice Spiller. Fortunately for him, but a lot of laps left to recover. Like the 70 of Chris is under fire from the 54 for 2nd. So the 54 still underneath the 70. He might clear him? Yes, he does. And we're hearing over the radio that incident on the first lap was between 57 of Arkham Boss and the 42 of Seabass. So we'll see if we can watch that. But here is the 54 in second. 07 catching him. 70 is settled back into fourth place. Lost a few spots. His long run maybe not, or maybe better than his short run. 54 and the 64 have dominant trucks today, but these two have had fast trucks as well, so 4 trucks in the mix. We're gonna drop back to that comment I made earlier and see. Here's the 42 of Seabass, and we see 57 Arkham Boss only 1 truck away from each other, so we might watch this to see if there is any retaliation, because we heard some strong words over the radio that the 42 was not pleased at all with the 57, so we will see what is going on as the 42 trying to look underneath that 78 truck. Trying to get underneath, not quite there yet. Looks like he almost there, using all of the racetrack. He is side by side with the 78. Now he falls back in line. 78 with a little bit more momentum. 42 on his bumper. Looks a little high though. Not quite yet. Into the wall a little bit. We will check back. We see battles all over the racetrack here. Ooh, there's a great battle going on for the front. Here we go. Side by side for the lead. Side by side for second. 4 trucks under a blanket. The 64 is losing the lead to the 54, but he's going to try to take it back here on the inside. Like the 70's gotten past the 07 again. And with these two up front side by side, that's going to bring the 70 right to him. Yes, it does. 64 with the preferred groove on the inside, but here comes the 70. Almost throws it 3 wide. Thinks better of it. 64, 54 still side by side. 54 doing a good job. Gets a little nudge. Oh, 64 almost pretty much drives them into the wall there. Unfortunately, that's going to be good for the 70, because the 70 is going to get underneath the 64 there. He's going to take the lead. The 54 probably not happy about that one. Looks like he got a little tight there and drove 54 up the hill, but it's going to spread things out a tiny bit. 70 becomes your leader again after the restart. 64 trying to get back to him. It's like the 54 having tight issues there. Coming into 1 and 2, he's side by side with the 07. You can see that there. 07 trying to get by him. Just does not have the momentum on that outside. 54 will clear the 07. Let's see if we can check into that other battle. Here is the 42 of Fast Seabass. He's falling fast. 3 wide back here with the 16 and the 78. Looks like the 42's finally gotten around the 78. The 57 nowhere near that he was looking for. Oh, and there's a truck getting loose. That's the 13 we saw that got shoved into the wall. Or that got into the wall. Not sure if he was shoved or not. Don't remember quite yet. But here's the 42 getting by him. See if we can find that 57 truck. There he is. He is in between. We see those are the leaders there. 57 having a much better truck than he normally does. Very fast today. Definitely coming alive in the elimination race of first round of the Truck Series playoffs. And it looks like we do have 84 parked on the exit of pit road there. Looks like the 54 and the 64 still going at it here, but the 70 truck has pulled away. That's what we were trying to figure out. The 70 truck has pulled away here. It's probably a lot either due to adjustments or due to these guys battling, but as you can see, the 64 and the 07 are now battling. And 64 has cleared those two, but that 70 truck is actually driving away now. He has a great long run truck right now. This is what we mentioned earlier. He does not have that short run, but man, he will open that long run. He's opened it up to almost 2 seconds. You can see the gap from first to second. See if we can get a lap count for you guys. Alright, we just heard from race control 62 to go in stage 3, the final stage of the race. And look at this 70 truck of Chris. He is all in his own. He has really found something in that truck and has taken off. You can see the gap from first to second now. Those 3 trucks behind him still battling, still letting that 70 get away. They have shuffled the 64 now back into 4th as the 54 has gone to the point of that group. So a lot of position swapping. Tons, as we should be. I might have heard a couple people on race control saying that they are hitting soon. So we should be seeing green flag pit stops for the first time today. In a moment. 07 looking underneath the 54 now. But that 54 carrying a ton of momentum on the top of the racetrack. He will still hold that second spot. This is I believe the largest pack. There we go. We're seeing it now. The 42 of Seabass, 13 Ice Spiller on pit road. Side by side battle. Here's the 3 and the 83 going at it. Right behind those leaders. That is for 5th and 6th, I believe. With Expert Racing. Slushy on his own. KR behind him on his own. Bark Ranger out here in the 58. And it looks like our first taker in the lead group is the 64 of Puzzle Nose. Trying to get the advantage on his competitors by pitting first. Let's see if we can pop over to T-Glass, who is at the moment in second. You can see the leader, Chris, in the distance, the 07 behind him. Let's see when our leader pits. And they're all going to stay out another lap. So we'll see. That 64 is going to gain some time on these guys. But do these guys know something that he doesn't with strategy-wise? Let's see if we can go up to our leader. Here he is. Still on the racetrack. Second and third also still on the racetrack. I'm hearing somebody might have gotten a speeding penalty, some frustration over the radio. 70 truck still on the racetrack with the 2 in second and third, still on the racetrack behind him. When will these guys pit? I'm hearing the 54 truck's gonna make it in this time. Here comes the 70 as well. The top 3 are gonna come down pit road, sideways as well. And here comes the 83 behind them. So we will pretty much finish the pit cycle. We'll see where they come out in relation to Puzzle Nose. Alright, so now that the 70's back on the racetrack, we can see, let's see if we can, actually he is in front of the 64. So we thought he would gain time, actually the 64 lost time, surprisingly. So 64 is battling with the 54 right now, the 66, a lap truck in the mix there, but the 70 is still out front. Probably due to the lead he had. 64 probably gained a little bit of time there actually, because he had a massive lead coming in. Let's see if we can find another battle on the racetrack. 07 might have been the one that sped, I'm not sure, but he is way far from where his competitors were. It's got to be him. 13 fighting with the 78. 83 on the racetrack by himself. Actually, you know, it sounds like a great time to do a Fast Family crank it up. So we are going to ride on board with some of our competitors and show you what it's like to go around this racetrack. Alright, we are back. And I just heard from race control that we just hit 107 of 150. So laps winding down. We're just about to be under 40 laps to go. Definitely time winding down for these playoff drivers. They're trying to get everything they can get. We are trying to cycle you up to the leader. There he is. Actually, the leader that was the leader before, 70 of Chris, has gotten passed by the 54 D-Glass. So big possibility that D-Glass made some very good adjustments, and that has helped his race car. But again, we saw 70 struggle on the short run, and they just pitted not too long ago. So we will see. Has that helped him? A little bit of a gap between the 54 and the 70, but even a bigger gap between them and Puzzle Nose. Puzzle Nose seems to have fallen off a little bit here, so we will monitor him, but he usually had that battle of the short run. Maybe he made an adjustment for the long run and is a little bit slower now, so we will see. Let's see if we can cycle through the field, see what else is going on out on the track. The 0-7 of Sideways all by himself. Here's the 13 of Ice Spiller behind him. Haskell Rascal got the whole track to himself out here. Expert Racing battling with the 16 of KR. Looks like he's going to get by him. .42 of Fast Seabass. Looks like he may go a lap down. Definitely not what you want to see for a guy on the cut line. And the guy fighting him on the cut line, 2 cars behind them in 3rd spot. So definitely not what you want. Let's see if he goes smoothly. He does, letting the leaders by. 66 of Slushy on his own. Bart Ranger in the pits. Not sure if he has had a virtual engine failure or not. Here's the 57. Arkham Boss. Got a lot of space. There's the 16 of KR. Looks like catching the 78 of Big Belly Brand. Big Belly Brand not having probably the day that he really wants, but not doing too bad. Looks like we are seeing a second round of green flag pit stops. It's like an 84, among others, coming down. Looks like the 64 coming down, along with the 42. So one of the first of those 3 trucks coming early, but we remember we saw the 64 pit earlier than the other guys the first time. Not surprised he's down here again. So we got first and second still on the racetrack. When will these guys pit? We will see. And we just heard that the 07 of OK Sideways having a virtual engine failure here in the 3rd stage. That is unfortunate for him. Maybe we can try to get an interview from him if he kindly includes his audio. That would be swell.
Included.
All right, Mister. Okay, Sideways. We saw you having a pretty strong truck today. You were pretty fast. It seemed like there were either mistakes or unlucky things happened to you, and unfortunately, this being one of them, ending your race. Tell us what it was like on the racetrack and how your race kind of went today.
I mean, it's Kentucky. You can't really much say about it. We had a pretty strong truck. We were definitely top six material, but just got unlucky.
Yeah, it's
Got
it
into an
does
incident with
happen on
Seabass.
occasion. What's that?
Got into an incident with Seabass, and I saved the truck at least. Didn't wreck anybody.
Yeah, that was a good save. We did see, I think we saw that on the stream. Very interesting. We also saw, maybe you could comment a little on this, is we saw a big variation of pit stops. Some people pitting 5 to 10 laps earlier than others. We saw you, among others, pit way later than a lot of people. So what was that strategy that you were on?
Well, I tested this earlier. I was gonna save to do a two-stop, go 25, 25, and 25. But it didn't work. For some parts of the race, my engine or the game decided to keep me below 150, so I don't know what that was about. Servers are kind of
Yeah, that is
mess, you know.
pretty
So
strange right
yeah,
now.
I just decided to keep that strategy going. I was gonna make it. I don't know if it's because I was going under 150 is why it said lost server connection, or if it's just the servers died, but it'll be interesting.
Yeah, definitely,
You invite me back to the
definitely
lobby,
an
I'll help
interesting
commentate.
race.
Commentate.
But yeah, absolutely, I will get you an invite. We can definitely do that. It's been an interesting one. We saw some cautions early, and then, you know, it's been a pretty good long run since then. Everybody getting sorted out. You know, we had a couple trucks really dominate. You were definitely one of them among the 70 of Chris and the 54 of T-Glass and even the 64 of Puzzle Nose. But as we look, it almost seems like there's just been a change of hands based on pit stops. It looks like the 64 Puzzle Nose has gotten out to a lead now because it's hitting early.
Never mind.
54 and the 70.
It's just my internet.
Still
Internet's
there.
being a bum.
Internet issues always cause problems on the racetrack. Can you not get into the lobby?
No, if you send me an their invite, I'll try again.
Okay, and there we go. Actually, the 64 truck was not in the lead at that moment because the leaders did not have hit yet. So we saw how long the 70 and the 54 stretched it out, as we saw them do in the last run. We'll see how that plays out for them and see what kind of track position they'll lose. But we saw in the last run that, you know, they really didn't lose that much. So they might be getting an advantage on the 64, but definitely two different strategies at play here. It'll be very interesting to see how all this comes together. Alright, here comes T-Glass and Chris onto the racetrack. And I believe, let's see if we can find where the 64 is in relation to
64
them.
is entering
He's
the
actually
pits at
coming
the
back
moment.
Interesting. So that is quite odd. All kinds of people pitting at different times. This is a crazy one for sure. Maybe the 64 knows he's short and wants to pit again to make sure he can make it. Maybe these two up front here are trying to save. Who knows? What do you think, Sideways?
I was talking to T-Glass earlier with the strategy on the saving. He said he won't do it because he loses too much time. As you can see, I started doing it near the end. I lost about a lap and a half in that stint of pit stops, but sadly we disconnected. But I mean, it's interesting. A ton of different strategies can play into here. You can 3-stop, you can 4-stop. You can even like 2-stop it if you really try. I
Yeah, it
think they're
looks
going for
like.
the nice
Good.
3-stop here and just stretching as far as they can. I know T-Glass has got a great setup that can last to the end of a fuel run, so I believe that's what he and Chris are doing. C-Blast.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. These guys are most likely on that 3-stop, and the Puzzle Nose might be on a 4-stop. So we saw him make another stop there, so we'll see.
I believe
But
Puzzled
yeah,
pitted. He went a couple laps, see where maybe his pit window opened up, and then pitted again just so he could make it to the end.
yeah, that is going to be an interesting call. We'll see, but he's definitely going to be out there on the oldest tires, or on the newest tires, sorry, and these guys will be on the oldest to see at the end how that shakes out.
The interesting thing
Let me
to
see
see
if we
is
can.
if he went a lap down or not. Because
Yeah,
if he didn't go
that
a
would
lap
be
down, then I
interesting.
believe he would be able to stretch it to the end and, you know, conclude win this race because he's just got that nice.
Absolutely. Whoa, we had a truck sideways in turn 1 and 2. He did not collect anybody, but boy, it was the 94 of YK all day getting sideways coming into turn 2. He looked like he just about lost it.
I believe we have a battle between Chris and T-Glass. T-Glass passes Chris. Going into the backstretch.
Yeah, absolutely. We are now, I just heard from Race Control, we're on 127 of 150. So we've got under 25 laps to go in this race. Will these
Puzzled pitted
guys
early
have
then.
enough to make it?
Puzzled won't.
Yeah, he
Unless if he
definitely
saves.
did.
That'll be an
That'll
interesting
definitely be
strategy call.
interesting. Yeah, we might see one more stop out of these guys. Maybe not.
Reset my internet before 9.
Absolutely.
Might need a backup pace car.
Alright, we are watching these two. Let's see if we can find the 64 on the racetrack. Or who is in relation to,
Or is just
like
coming off
he
a 2
is.
now.
Yeah, he's coming off a 2, and that puts the leaders. He is way away from the leaders, so that is pretty interesting. Not sure.
I believe he
who
may
has
be a lap
cycled.
down.
He's got to be. I mean, he pitted that extra time, and those two have been on the racetrack. I believe that cycles Chris and T-Glass out to the lead. I think T-Glass leading right now. Chris in second.
Yes,
Those
by
two
about
just
like
dominating.
2. Yeah, they're really quick here at Kentucky. Very interesting track. Both
That's
corners are
absolutely right.
completely different banking.
Absolutely, one of the most varying 1.5 miles that we see, maybe other than Texas and Charlotte. But we see the 13 battling here with the 42. That was a truck we saw fast early, and he just had issues upon
84
issues.
into the pits
At one
this
point, I saw
time.
him in the wall. Yep, 84 in.
Oh, the
13
66
to
is
the
spinning
high
off
side.
too. That's Slushy 1981.
Oh, yes, he is. But the good thing is he's pretty much very far away from everybody else. He's spinning.
Oh,
He's
Arkham's coming
nose
here.
against the wall.
Oh, he's ghosted. We're all right.
He is ghosted. Yeah, that was almost a almost a heart attack there. But thanks to virtual racing, you can go ghosted after a while of spinning, and nobody will hit you.
As
But
he gets
boy,
slapped by
if he was
T-Glass
solid.
and C-Blaz.
That'll be his second lap down, I believe, so not good for that 66 truck. He had a strong truck early. It's not the day or the season that he probably wanted. Oh, the 57 hard into the inside wall. He got real loose.
Oh, I
off
seen a
of
car on pit
turn
road.
2.
Where was he?
Wow, that 57 truck has seen a lot of the racetrack today.
I don't know
including
if
that
the
inside
84 was
wall.
on pit road again or if he was still on it, but either way, that was a long pit stop.
Yeah, he might have sped there. That wouldn't surprise me with the amount of time he's been on pit road. It's
Yeah.
like there's a battle here. We got Haskell to Rascal and a YK all day going at it. And looks like KR in the mix as well.
Seabass and
Laps
Ice is
winding
going
down.
at it. Seabass taking his turn to pit. As he gets in, goes a lap down by T-Glass and Seablaz.
I just heard
16
from
also
race
into the
control,
pits.
17 laps to go. So we are almost
I think we'll see a
down
lot
to
of drivers
15 laps
coming
to
in
go.
now.
Absolutely. This is the window. We are winding down. Will these drivers pit or will they not? Right here will determine who goes on to the next round or who doesn't in the case of T-Glass winning.
Ice is pillar
But
in this time.
in any case, we will decide the top 8 on points. So even if T-Glass does win tonight's race, we are still having an elimination race. So we will let you know who those 8 are. But unless a miracle happens with Mr. Fast Seabass or Arkham winning this race, it looks like it's going to be that 64 truck of Puzzle Nose getting in, but we will keep you posted.
You're looking like some pretty long pit stops. It's been up lately.
Yeah, it seemed like quite a few people actually sped on pit road in this race, so the pit road police have been busy today.
I wasn't one of them.
We almost thought you did that one point.
No, I did.
Got him.
This is on the
All right.
green flag wrap. First green flag pit stop on this stage.
Dang, that is not how you want to start out stage 3, but how you do want to start out stage 3 is the lead that the 70 and 54 have. They're still on the racetrack though, so we're wondering, when they're gonna pit. We've seen almost every other truck pit, so
It's a decent
looking
5-car
sideways.
pack.
When do you-
5-car pack. 64 of Puzzle is leading.
Yeah, we see that. When do you think these lead guys are gonna come to pit road?
I would think sooner than
If
later.
though.
Once their pit window's there. I mean, I would take it. I think they have a big enough gap that they should be comfortable in the lead, but they also want to gain that advantage on the other one and pit maybe a little bit early so they have those fresher tires and get ahead on them on that pit strategy.
Absolutely, and we see the 13 getting around the 64. Not sure if that's for position or not. A lot of roughness for the 13 in today's race. Not roughness of him, but roughness from other people to him. However, 64 definitely with older tires than a lot of these drivers from pitting so early, as we mentioned. But talking about who has the oldest tires on the racetrack, that would be the 2 up front in the lead so far. Still on the
See the
racetrack.
3 of X were exiting the pits now, going a lap down.
And interesting enough, it looks like the 70 of Chris is reeling in the 54 just a little bit. Trying to get to his back bumper. These two on the same strategy. If it comes down to this being the winning strategy, he definitely wants to be at the 54's bumper to try to do something like the 54 did in the last lap of stage 2. Sideways, did you have a view of that last lap pass? It was incredible.
It was definitely interesting. It was a great battle being behind it. I was more worried about working my way back up to the field after the damage that we got, but It was fun nonetheless. I mean, like sitting in the back there, you never know how much of a view you actually get until you see it. It's very interesting to see everybody's lines, and Kentucky's one of these tracks where you have that nice setup. You can run that high line, but preferred line is right there down there in the bottom.
Absolutely. Well, I just heard that we just hit lap 144 of 150, so that means we got 7 to go in this stage.
T-Glass and Chris still haven't pitted yet.
Yeah, you think they're trying to save, or maybe gas and go here? With 6 laps
but
to go
who knows how much time they'll lose if that person that pitted on their window, they will have the advantage here. So we'll see how interesting it goes. I don't think they can stretch it out to where they'll get past on these upcoming laps because of the car behind them pitting earlier than them.
Yeah, very interesting. We haven't seen the 64 catch up at all. Maybe mistakes on pit road, who knows, but these two are coming to 5 to go. They definitely stayed out a lot longer than everyone else, so it's very possible that these two are saving, maybe making it, not really being aggressive, just following people, following one another with 5 to go in the race. Can they stretch it?
Saving at Kentucky's pretty hard. I mean, I was running 7,000 RPMs and it still wasn't saving as much as you would think it would. It's hard on presets without that fuel gear, but
and here
it's
they
definitely
come.
Interesting. Here they come with 4 to go.
Yep. We're gonna definitely have to check with race control who the leader is when these guys come off, but we'll see. Sideways, pay attention to how long these guys are on pit road, because I'd imagine with 4 laps to go, they can't be taking much.
Yeah, I think they can maybe stretch it on the tires. Just couldn't make it off the fuel.
Absolutely. We'll see how long these
even
two
if maybe just
are
right
on
sides.
pit road for.
They took tires, maybe it's just rights.
Well, it seems
T-Glass
like
took just
the
rights.
54.
I'm going that they just took rights.
That was very quick. It almost felt like they took a splash and go. It almost didn't seem like that long, so it's possible, but we're going to see where these come out. I'm going to see if I can get a leader check. Alright, so we just got it from race control. T-Glass and Chris are your cycle out to your leaders. Haskell has worked his way up into 3rd.
Coming to, I think, 3 to go. T-Glass is kind of pulled away from Chris by about 7 car lengths, so it's going to be interesting to see if Chris can catch back up here.
This would be 2 races, back-to-back wins in a row if the 54 can hold on to it for just 3 more laps. As they're coming around turn 3 and 4, they're going to be coming to 2 to go, but don't look now sideways, but it looks like the 70 truck is catching.
He's definitely reeling them in. I think he's just got that better long run setup than him, and he's just using those only 2 tires to an advantage here.
Absolutely. He is now on his back bumper with 2 to go. What will the 70 do to take that win away and lock himself in the next round?
I think the 70 coming into this race is a little. We were all free on points, but I think 70 was in more of a bigger point situation than T-Glass was. I know T-Glass was basically locked in on the points wise.
He actually won
and
last
he was
week,
because he won Daytona, so he definitely was locked in.
That's right. So we are at 1 to go. White flag lap. Can the 54 hold on for 3 more corners?
There's a lap car ahead. I don't know if that'll check up T-Glass.
What will the 70 do going into 3 and 4? Down to the bottom of the racetrack. The 70
looks like he's
trying
just
to
riding
do
behind
everything
him.
He can to get to him.
T-Glass coming to the checkered flag is going to take 2 in a row here at
Does he have anything
Kentucky
for him? No,
Speedway.
He does not. The 54 will win 2 in a row. Heating up in the playoffs. He is going to steal that playoff block position from the entire field and get another win. That's going to give him 5 more playoff points towards the championship round.
That wasn't the white.
What a job.
Was it?
Oh, all right. We are.
Oh no! Now they're
We're
coming to the
hearing-
white.
Oh, this is the last
Chris
lap.
goes
Oh,
the
he
ice.
runs the 70 up the track. 70 goes low. Even a more dramatic finish. But yes, the same result. 54 is gonna win. My apologies. We were 1 lap short.
I think that was the white. Okay, that would make
That
more
should
sense.
be the end of the race.
Definitely was, yeah.
What a good race. We're hearing a lot of people celebrating with good finishes. From that, I think Arkham Boss got a 6th place finish. What a good day for him. Well, as everybody knows, the Fast Family League Showdown is going to start in just an hour. So we will have a limited time. We're going to cut our interviews short today just to make sure that all of you have the chance to go over there to watch the action. 2 races coming up at 9 p.m. Check those out. But for the meantime, we're just going to interview the top 5. So we will see you for that. Yes, sir. We are wrapping up. The Fast Family Truck Series race today. You said it was. Yes, sir. Yep, we are almost done. We're going to get interviews in here real quick and then move on. All right, we're going to talk to our 5th place driver. I believe that would be, was that Expert?
No, it's Ice.
Ice.
It was Ice.
That's Ice. All right, Mr. Ice Spiller, you had a fast truck today. Seemed like you got caught in a lot of bad luck. Getting in the wall here and there, but you ended up rallying back to a top 5. So congratulations. Tell us how your race went.
Yeah, I got into a bunch of incidents, but the end of those stages, I was up there, really close to the lead. But the beginning of stage 3, I got into sideways and hit the wall. And then, but I was really loose, but I pitted early, and it helped me as I undercut the rest of the field and got 5th.
Absolutely. Well, you definitely figured out the strategy and were able to outmaneuver a lot of people, and you come home with a top 5. So nice job.
Thank you.
You made the playoffs the next round, so that's awesome. All right, moving on. I think I heard 4th place was Expert Racer. So, Mr. Expert Racer, you put together yet another top 5 finish as a rookie in the series. You've been on a roll. Tell us how your race went.
It was a very up and down night. I restarted near the bottom half of the field in the last 3 positions. I think almost every restart, and had to battle our way back. Dodged a lot of incidents and had to get back up to the field. It was crazy, but otherwise the Gatorade number 3 Chevrolet was really good tonight. Just happy to 3 starts, 3 top 5s, and hope to keep that going throughout the rest of the playoffs and finish out the season.
Absolutely. You're definitely impressing a lot of people. So keep up the good work. We will see you next week. All right. Now we're on to third place, Mr. Haskell DeRascal. Haskell, you seemed to be running at the back for a lot of the race and was caught up in some things, but you ended up a rally when you needed to and finished top 3, getting you in the playoffs. How'd that feel?
Oh man, it feels great. Best finish of the season so far. After the mishap at Daytona, so I'm super pumped. First stage, I think it salvaged a second place finish. Worked through some traffic. Second stage at the end after the caution, I thought I'd be bold and try and just take right side tires, and I just fell flat on my face, straight to the back. But third stage was a big turnaround. Was able to save a little bit, push the laps, worked my whole way up through the field, caught up to what was at the time T-Glass, Chris, Puzzle Nose, who was up front all day, an expert. And as I caught them, after kind of hung back, got stuck behind him, lost the draft. But I mean, overall, I think if I'd stayed with the draft, I think I would have had something for those guys up there. But it was a good run, great day. Third place is awesome. On to the next round.
Absolutely. Definitely good enough to get to the round of 8. Nice job. All right. Moving on to second place. We almost thought you had it, Chris. You could see that win just in front of you, but you just came up short at the end. But you had the right strategy to stay with T-Glass. How did your race go overall?
I would say it went well. The pit strategies played a big role in the final area. It was mainly just waiting for all the cars to spread apart. The setup I had was mainly a setup where everyone's got to be apart. So early in the race I had a few issues because just car would not turn. But at the end, man, I saw my line. Final lap, I should have gone a little bit more on the outside. His end clipped me, which I got to give it to him, man. That was a pretty good block. Stopped me from passing him, and can't wait for Road America. I'm starting to like road courses now after the Roval.
Aha, yeah, absolutely. I know you're excited for that one. I'll definitely be looking for you to finish well there. But anyways, good finish. You missed it just so close, but you're on to the next round of the playoffs, so it can't be too bad. And we'll see you next week. All right, on to our winner, Mr. T-Glass. You've come home in victory lane 2 times in a row, back-to-back wins. Plate track, non-plate track. It must feel great to go and get another 5 bonus points. Actually 6 winning that second stage. We saw that last lap pass, so you had an exciting day. Tell us how it went.
It was a great day. We were definitely the fastest truck in the field all day long. We were passing people up and down. We stayed top probably 3 the entire race. Got some much needed playoff points going into next round because I know I'm not very good at road courses, so good to get those 6 playoff points. And we had a great team finish, which was very important. Our team had great pit strategy, and we stuck together and ran 1, 2, 3, 5. So that was great strategy by us and great finish.
Absolutely, yeah, that was definitely some teamwork there. We saw you guys on the same strategy, trying to follow you guys around the racetrack. You did a fantastic job all day and a well-deserved win. I'm sure 2 in a row is definitely going to give you some momentum going into the next round of 8. You had already been locked in. Now you have a bigger advantage. So hopefully round 2 goes just as well for you. So congratulations. And for those of you at home, we'll just update you. Pretty much the playoffs kind of stayed where the points were when we announced them. So T-Glass obviously and Watt Racing locking in on wins. T-Glass adding more points. OK Sideways, Ice Spiller getting in on points. Chris, Haskell, KR, and Puzzle Nose all getting in on points today. So congratulations to them. Unfortunately for Fast Seabass and Arkham Boss, it just was not enough. And Marshmallow and Honda having either connection issues and whatnot. So unfortunately for them, they will not be continuing. But we will see these guys next season. So from all of us at Fast Family Racing, we end tonight's Truck Series Playoffs Round 1 finale. We will see you guys next week. Same time, same place. And don't forget, on Wednesday, the National Series is going to end their Round 1 of the playoffs. The Truck Series next week will be at Road America, as Chris said early in the broadcast. And the National Series will be going to a plate track at Kansas, and then a plate track. But they will be doing their season or their playoff Round 1 finale at Kansas. So another exciting track. So thank you guys, and make sure to tune in about 55 minutes to the Fast Family League Showdown. 2 races going off at 9 o'clock. Definitely don't want to miss it. Thank you guys for showing up and supporting us yet again.